So welcome to Zoom class. Today I will discuss about the vegetative morphology. Vegetative morphology. Vegetative morphology. Vegetative morphology. What is the morphology? The external section of the plant is called the morphology. The morphology is that deals with the stem, root, leaves, and seed, fruits also. The vegetative morphology, the reproductive of the morphology, the taxonomy studies of the taxonomy, and consider the seed-bearing plants, consider the seed-bearing plants, and phytology, the taxonomy studies and consider the seed and the external study, external characters, external various of the external characters of the plants, characters of the plants, various external characters of the plants, characters of the plant is called the morphology. The morphology is one of the taxonomy and the seed bearing the plants and phytologies and the other the studied about of the soil, the fossil plant like the correlated, the fossil plant like the correlated, the time and same species. The morphologies are dividing the two categories. The morphologies are dividing the two categories. Morphologies are dividing the two categories. Morphology, so dividing so two categories. First one, the vegetative morphology. The vegetative morphology including vegetative morphology including the root system and the shoot system. Root system and shoot system. The vegetative morphology. And then the reproductive morphology. Second one, and then reproductive morphology. Reproductive morphology. What is a reproductive morphology? It includes flower, inflorescence, so fruit and seed, The study of the is called the reproductive morphology. Includes flowers, inflorescence, and the fruits and seed. The study about is called reproductive morphology. The morphology, the external characters of the plants, only the importance of the taxonomy, anatomy, and the phylogenetics, What are it? Maybe is the fossil plants that identified the stem, root, and the flowers, fruits. The root identified the morphology can be the uses the morphological. The morphological, the dividing the two categories. The morphological dividing the two categories. The vegetative morphology including the root system, shoot system, and a reproductive morphology includes flower, inflorescence, fruits, and the seeds, fruits and the seeds, fruits and the seeds, fruits and the seeds. The first one, we have discussed about the vegetative morphology. The vegetative morphology. The vegetative morphology. Vegetative morphology. Vegetative morphology. Vegetative morphology. The structure and the shape, shape, and the size, the various type of size, structure, shape, and the size. The vegetative morphology, structure, shape, and the size, root system and the shoot system, root system, and the shoot system, root system and the shoot system. The classified, the three types of classifieds. What are the three types of classifieds? First one, habit. Second one, habitat. Second one, habitat. And the third one, lifespan. Third one is a lifespan. The first one is a habit. What is a habit? The habits. So the habits. It's a natural form of the plants. Natural forms of plants like is called the natural forms of plants like is called the habits. The habits are herb, shrub, the climbers, herb, shrub, and climbers, vines, and the lianes, and the trees, herb, shrub, climbers, vines, lianes, and the trees, So what is a herb? What is a herb? The soft stem of the plants. Herb. The soft stem. The soft stem of the plants. Woodless plants. The soft stem of the plants, woodless plants. The woodless plants, for example, Philandus amarus. Example, Philandus amarus. For example, the soft stem of the plants, woodless plants. There is no the hard wood in these plants. The herb, the underground, the small height of the plants. For example, Philandus amarus. Another one examples of a shrub. The shrub is it's a wood plant. The small height of small height of wood plants, wood stem of plants, wood stem of plants, wood stem of plants, wood stem of plants. The small height of wood stem of plants, wood stem of plants. For example, I discuss Rosa sinensis. Example, I discuss Rosa sinensis. I discuss Rosa sinensis. I discuss Rosa sinensis. The shoe flower. Shoe flowers. I discuss Rosa sinensis or shoe flowers. I discuss Rosa sinensis or shoe flowers. Short for example, I discuss Rosa sinensis. I discuss the Rosa sinensis. Another one examples of clippers. The clippers. So the clippers attached to the other plants. The weak stem of the plants, weak stem of the stem, weak stem of the stem. The creepers, for example, bougainvilleas. Clippers, for example, bougainvilleas. The clippers, the weaker stem of weaker stem of plants, weaker stem of plants, weaker stem of plants, weaker stem of the plants. For example, bougainvillea. So bougainvillea. The keywords, for example, bougainvillea. Lianas. Example is lianas. The lianas only found in the canopy layer of tropical forest. Canopy layers of so tropical forest. Tropical forest only found in the canopy layers of the tropical forest, the lianas. Canopy layers of the tropical forest of the lianas. Canopy layers of the tropical forest of the lianas. For example, pinus. For example, pinus. The canopy layer of the tropical forest. For example, pinus. The tropical plants. Canopy layer of 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 tropical plants. Canopy layer of bougainvillea. Canopy layer of the tropical forest. Canopy layer of the tropical forest. Lianas. The lianas, for example, Jingo biloba. The plant, the ancient, the fossil plants, the living fossil plants, living fossil plants. Another one, example of the tree. Another example of the trees. The trees are southwood, trunk is called the trunk. The trunk is called the stem or wood. Trunk is called wood. Trunk is called southwood. And branches, and branches. On branches, some plants are on branches, on branches, on branches, on branches. For example, coconut. For example, coconut and palms, coconut and palms, coconut and the palms, and branches. The coconut and the palm trees, the trees. Some plants are the well branches. Some plants are well branches. Some plants are well branches. Some plants are well branches. Well branches. For example, mango or sapota, mango or sapota. The branches, for example, mango or sapota, mango, the sapota, the trees. The plants are based on the categories. The plants are based on the categories. So two types, the categories of the two types. Another two types of the categories. Two types of the categories. Two types of categories. Two types of the categories. What are the two types of categories? First one, terrestrial. Terrestrial. Second one is aquatic. Another is aquatic. Another one, aquatic. The terrestrial and aquatic. So what is the terrestrial? The terrestrial plants are land plants. The terrestrial plants are land plants. The terrestrial plants are so land plants. Terrestrial plants are land plants. Terrestrial plants are land plants. Terrestrial plants are land plants. Occur only the land plants. Another is aquatic plants. Aquatic plants. The aquatic plants are the water plant, hydrophytes. Water plants, hydrophytes, the water plant. Hydrophytes, the water plants. Hydrophytes, the water plants. Hydrophytes, the water plants. Hydrophytes, the water plants. The terrestrial plants, the land plants. The aquatic plants, the hydrophytes, the water plants. Hydrophytes in water plants. The lifespan of the plants. Lifespan of the plants. Lifespan of the plants. What are the lifespan? Lifespan of the plants. And the plant lifespan. This is a plant lifespan. Three types of the lifespan. First one, annual plants. Annual plants. Another one is perennial plants. And the last one is perennial plants. Perennial plants. Annual plants, perennial plants, and the perennial plants. So there are some discuss about the first one. So annual plants. First one, the annual plants. First one, the annual plants. The annual plants. Annual plants. First one, the annual plants. So what is the annual plants? The flowering season of the fruits, the completely life cycle. Completely life cycle. So only one season. Only one season. Completely life cycle. The only one season. Only one season. And fruiting. So the vegetation and the fruiting. Completely to the only one season. For example, maize, watermelon, maize and watermelon, for example, the annual plants or annual plants. The completely life cycle only one season. For example, maize and watermelon, for examples. Another one is a perennial plants. So perennial plants, biennial. So biennial plants, plants. The biennial plants. The first one is the vegetative, the vegetative, the vegetative organs of the first season. Vegetative parts are first season. First season. The vegetative parts are first season. Flowering and fruits. Flowering and fruits are second season. Flowering and fruits are second season. It's called subiennial plants. It's called subiennial plants. For example, carrots and radish. Carrot and radish. For example, carrot and radish. The vegetative parts are first season, and the flowering and the fruits are second season. The example, carrot and radish. For example, biennial plants. So another is the perennial plants. Another one is called perennial plants. What is a perennial plants? Perennial plants. Perennial plants. The perennial plants, the fruits and flowering during the lifetime. The flower and the fruits during the lifetime. During the lifetime. During the lifetime, the two types polycarpic during the lifetime. First one, polycarpic, and the second one, monocarpic. So what is called the polycarpic? The fruit and flowers are the season to season. The produce of the plant is called polycarpic plants. Mango, for example, mango and lychee, and sapota, for example, mango, lychee, and sapota, for example, and monocarpic plants. So only the flower and the fruits are only one time. Flowers and fruits are only once a day. The flower and the fruits are only once a day. After vegetatives are growing. Vegetatives are growing. For example, bamboo saw agave. For example, bamboo saw or agave. For example, bamboo saw agave. So polycarpic, for example, mango, which and the sapota. The fruits and flowers are during the lifetime. So monocarpic flowers are and the fruits are only one time. The days after the vegetatives are growing. For example, bamboo saw and agave. Next on the parts of the flowering plants. Parts of the flowering plants. Parts of the flowering plants. Parts of the flowering. Parts of the flowering plants. The parts of the flowering plants. The flowering plant is called the angiosperm plants. Flowering plant is called the angiosperm plants. Angiosperm plants. What is the angio means box? Angio means box, and sperm means seed. The seed bearing, the seed covering of the plant is called the seed bearing. The covering of the plant is called the angiosperm plants. The angiosperm plants are two types. The two types of shoot system. Shoot system and root system. Root system. Root system. Root system and root system. Root system and root system. It's like the plant. It's flower, leaves, flower, leaves, stem, roots, primary roots, secondary roots, the root system and the shoot system. Shoot system. The shoot system following the flower, leaves, stem, that consists of the shoot system, and the root system, the primary roots and the secondary roots. The parts of the plants, the parts of the flowering plants, the angiosperm. Angios means box, sperm means seed. The two types of system, shoot system and is a root system. Thanks. So flowering, the parts of the flowering, parts of the flower, parts of the flower. What is the parts of the flower? First one, calyx, then corolla, andrecium, and the gynecium, corolla, calyx, angiosum, gynosium, the angiosum and the gynosiums are essential parts of the plant. Essential parts of plants. Essential parts of plant. The corolla and the calyx are non-essential parts of plant. Essential parts of flower. In angiosperm plants, the parts of flowers, angiosum, gynosium, calyx, and corolla. அது காப்பிகரி முடிச்சு சார் காப்பிகரி முடிச்சு சார் காப்பிகரி முடிச்சுட்டு சார் சரி சார் சரி 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 everybody start with that. Vegetative. அது ரெஸ்ட் எடுத்துதான் அடுத்தது சார் அது லைட்டாக சொல்லுங்கள் சார் வாட்ஸ்அப் ஃப்ளவர் வருது சார் வாட்ஸ்அப் ஃப்ளவர் வந்து சொல்லிட்டு அதனால அந்த ஆக்சஸ் சொல்லிட்டு அதில் என்ன சொல்லுங்கள் சரி. So vegetative morphology. What is the vegetative morphology? The various external characters of studies called the morphology. The various structures of the external characters is called morphology. In morphology, only about the taxonomy and the seed bearing the plants and phytogeography and the phytology. The external characters of the plants, the fossil plants like the correlated time and cell species of morphology, dividing the two categories. The vegetative morphology including the root system and the shoot system. And the reproductive morphology includes the flower and the inflorescence, fruits and the seeds. The vegetative morphology